deepening the experience of soul consciousness. In our Brahmin life, if we really would like to maintain elevated stages of yoga, we need to increase the deepening of experience of soul consciousness. Because as much the experience of soul consciousness would be easy, natural, and constant, that much our yoga would be easy, natural, and constant. This is the secret of experiencing elevated stages of yoga. Baba emphasizing on this aspect mostly in every murlis. Oh my sweet child, please consider yourself as a soul. And remember me. Because when we would be able to be in a real and royal consciousness, that is the soul consciousness stage, then only we would be able to remember Baba automatically. We have come to Baba for getting the spirituality in our life. But the word spirituality have the word spirit in itself. What does it mean? Until we won't consider ourselves as a spirit, means soul, the spirituality will not be in our life. Or you could say, until we will not experience ourselves as a living star, as a star, the car of our efforts will not start. First consider star, then only the car of your efforts will start. And we really need to maintain this soul conscious stage natural. Because we are having the awareness of our body all the time, 24 hours. We are having natural awareness of our body. Now, we must have the awareness of the soul all the time for 24 hours. Because this is a true consciousness, real consciousness. That is why we must be in this real consciousness. Sometimes we may have subtle ego which may not allow you to work on this important aspect. I am old or senior in this gain, in this knowledge. That is why I don't need to work on this first lesson of soul conscious stage. Brahma Baba won the first number. And the secret of that is from the beginning day, when Baba had the vision of soul conscious, of the soul, till the end, till the karmatic stage, Baba had done intensive work on this aspect. I am a soul, I am a soul, I am a soul. Everybody is soul. Because we have deeply rooted sanskars of body consciousness of 63 births. And for having natural sanskars of soul conscious stage, for 21 birth of golden age and silver age, we really need to work on this aspect sincerely. One must realize this thing. And one must experience this soul conscious stage. And one must develop, sustain and maintain this soul conscious stage all the time. But what is really the method, proper method of experiencing this soul conscious stage? Just sit in solitude and try to visualize by the eye of your intellect in the center of the forehead that I am this sparkling star. I, the soul, is living star. I, the soul, is very tiny and very shining star. Bright star. Visualize very clearly and deeply that I am this point of energy. And be in that stage as long as you can. Enjoy that stage as long as you can. And soul has 7 original qualities, eternal qualities. We must experience one after another these 7 qualities. Peace, purity, power, happiness, bliss, love, and knowledge. Knowledge. Like this, just experience these original qualities and develop that experience. You would experience a gentle aura of divine light around you. And as much the depth of soul consciousness will increase, the aura would be larger and larger and larger. That is why we must increase the depth of this soul conscious stage. How do I know that the So depth of soul consciousness is increasing gradually and gradually. How do I know? For instance, out of 100% consciousness, if I am visualizing myself as a soul with 20% consciousness, it means I may have 80% body consciousness. I must increase from 20 to 30, 40, 50, 60% soul conscious stage. It means 40% body consciousness would be there. Just increase the depth. 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100 means 0% of body consciousness will be there. When we would be able to stay in such type of the deep stage of soul consciousness, we could experience karmatit stage. Karmatit stage. When Brahma Baba was karmatit, anybody could feel from Baba's face that Baba is sitting here physically, but he is deeply lost in deep soul conscious stage. He is not having the awareness of the soul consciousness, body consciousness at all. He is free, totally free from the awareness of body consciousness. That's why whoever was coming in front of Baba, he was experiencing the waves, powerful waves of peace and bliss and happiness and power. In this way, we must experience really deep stage, truly deep stage of soul conscious stage. Mainly there are 5 steps of this soul conscious stage. First step is awareness of soul consciousness. We may have awareness sometimes, or we may not have awareness of soul consciousness. But if we pay attention and if we try to visualize ourselves as a soul, we can maintain, we can increase the awareness of soul conscious stage. Develop this stage. Then second stage is state of soul consciousness. Means having the ability to stay in that soul consciousness. I can easily stay in soul conscious stage. Develop this stage. Third stage, vision of soul consciousness. You can visualize very clearly the soul of that person, whoever would come in front of you. Vision of soul consciousness. Brahma Baba's vision was X-ray vision, X-ray vision. Baba was able to visualize very clearly and deeply the soul of the person, whoever was coming in front of Baba. X-ray vision. We must develop this stage. Vision of soul consciousness. Then fourth stage is attitude of soul consciousness. Means having the habit of being in that stage. Attitude of soul conscious stage. And the next step is action in soul conscious stage. Means while performing action, we can easily maintain and sustain the soul conscious stage. And last, sanskars of soul consciousness, which we are carrying in a golden age and silver age. On that sanskars, on the basis of that sanskars, we may have natural soul conscious stage for 21 births. Now we must check, where am I? What type of this stage of soul consciousness I am having? Sometimes, if we practice soul conscious stage, sometimes we feel bored. Oh, point of light, point of light. How long I should consider myself as a point of light? But if you really would like to enjoy this soul conscious stage all the time, consider yourself, who am I? But add one thing, how am I? I am a soul. But how am I? I am a very special soul. God has selected me as His instrument I have special qualities. He wants to use that qualities in his elevated task of transformation of this world. That is a self-respect. Self and respect. Who am I and how am I? These two things must be together always. Then only you would be able to enjoy this soul conscious stage all the time. In this season, Baba emphasizes on this aspect. Oh my sweet children, maintain very good self-respect. Always keep on sitting the throne of self-respect and rule your mind, intellect and sanskars. Experience self-sovereignty. Why Baba has said this? Why Baba emphasizes on this aspect? Never lose the throne of self-respect at any cost. Sit on this throne of self-respect and experience yourself as a king of the subtle organs and gross organs. Master of the self. Why this is necessary? Because only by maintaining self-respect, we can awake the powers which are already hidden in our self. Every soul, they have tremendous powers within themselves. But that powers are merged. We must immerse that powers. We must awake that powers. And self-respect is really helping in this aspect. Secondly, when we are maintaining very good self-respect, then we are getting detached from this old world. We can experience unlimited disinterest of this world because of having a wonderful experience of godly intoxication. By maintaining self-respect, we can experience very nice godly intoxication. And automatically, we can experience unlimited disinterest from this old world. And thirdly, by having very good self-respect, our mind and intellect would be full with joy and full with happiness and full with intoxication, which is necessary in yoga for having extraordinary experiences in yoga. In yoga, we would get unique experiences, very special experiences, when our mind and intellect would be really happy, full with happiness, full with joy, and full with intoxication. The meeting with God would be extraordinarily. That is why we really need to maintain very good self-respect and very good stage of soul consciousness. We have tremendous love with this body. We have tremendous love with this body. And at the end, at the time of destruction, we must leave this costume of body in a second. Without trouble, we must leave this body in a second. But for that, we really need to have very good experience of this detached stage of soul conscious stage for a long period of time. Baba has said, you are now unknown warrior, but very soon you would be the world well-known warriors. Now you are unknown. No one knows that you are warrior. But very soon you would be the world well-known warrior in this world. But for that you must have the art of battling with Maya, getting victory over Maya. In this field of battle, at every second there is a battling of Maya. How that battling starts? When that battling starts, when we are considering ourselves body as a box, boxing start with Maya. Instead of the soul jewel in this box, when we are having the consciousness, awareness of the body as a box, Then boxing start. And Maya is really beating very badly. And her 5 warriors, they are also beating very badly. And we become unconscious. We are not having the awareness of the soul, or awareness of the self. Unconscious. Baba is coming from the Paramdham with the armor of knowledge. Huh? And he is giving us treatment and saying, oh, sweet child, you are a soul. Consider you are a soul. But because of unconsciousness, no, who says I am a soul? I am a body. I am not a soul, but I am a body. Again he is coming and telling, oh, I am your father. I am the only one who speaks always the truth. Please consider yourself as a soul. When we open our real eye, third eye, then we start to consider ourselves as a soul. Okay, I am a soul. And slowly, slowly, we are developing that consciousness. I am a very special soul. I am the son of Supreme Soul. By this way, we are developing our self-respect. This body is my home, house. In this house, there must be light of soul conscious stage. If there won't be light in this body, the 5 devils can enter in my home and can steal all the treasures. That is why I must put on the light of soul consciousness in my home. This is my responsibility. And as much the light, the intensity of the light will increase, the aura of divine light will be larger and larger and larger. The last paper is, at the time of the destruction, there would be the last paper. What would be that last paper? In a second, I must leave this body, and in that same second, I must get connection with Baba also. Leaving this body in a second, and having connection with Baba also in that same second. And if really I would like to achieve good marks in this paper, last paper, I really need to have this practice and practice and practice for a long period of time. There are some exercises for developing this soul conscious stage. Sometimes just consider yourself body as a car and soul as a driver of this car. Sometimes consider yourself body is your house and you are the owner of this house, sitting close with these windows of eyes. Sometimes consider yourself as a body is a cave and I the soul is sitting yogi, I the soul as a yogi sitting in this cave. Or sometimes consider yourself body as a showcase and soul is a showpiece in this showcase. Or sometimes consider body is like a mobile pole and the soul is like a light on that mobile pole, moving around and spreading the fragrance of spirituality in this atmosphere. The quality of the thoughts which we are creating in our mind depends on the depth of the soul conscious stage. When we are having very deep soul conscious stage, at that time we can create very pure and very powerful thoughts in our mind. Thought is like a seed of the action tree. That's why every thought must be pure and powerful. And that is why I really need to develop this depth of soul conscious stage. My existence in this world, is just like as a point of light. This is my only existence. This is the only my existence. I am just point of light, point of energy. This is Maya's property. This is the property of five elements and Mayas. This is not my property. But I am just a point of light. This is my true form. Just they are like stars are in the sky. In this same way, I am living star. I am just living star, twinkling star, spreading the light of divinity all the time. If we really would like to enjoy flying stage all the time, what we should do? First, consider yourself as a light, divine light, point of light. Then experience lightness, free from the burden. Then automatically you can get flight. When double light, then you can get flight. You can fly to a soul world. And sit with Baba. Get might from Baba. Receive might from Baba. As much you receive might from Baba, your soul would be white, pure. And that is our birthright. To experience pure form, full with light and might form, that is our birthright. But condition for experiencing flying stage, there is a condition, I must have double light stage. In a second, you will be with Baba. Aeroplane is flying from the aerodrome. But how that aeroplane is flying? On the aerodrome, the aeroplane is just moving for a while, and then the engines work very fast and getting some initial force, and then with that force getting detached from the ground, from the aerodrome, and then flying. And then constantly aeroplane is flying. In the same way, body is like an aerodrome, and soul is like an aeroplane. But we must get detached from this aerodrome with lots of efforts of soul conscious stage. Then once you got detached, once you get free from this bodily aerodrome, then you can fly and fly and fly. And you can enjoy Baba's company. This is a foundation of Brahmin life. Soul conscious stage is a foundation of our Brahmin life. On that concrete and deep foundation, we are going to build up a wonderful building of 21 stories of our character. We are going to build up a wonderful building of 21 floors, 21 stories. And the foundation of that building is deep and concrete foundation of soul consciousness. And if we really would like to experience this stage naturally, we must work on this first lesson sincerely and honestly. Baba emphasized on this aspect in Murli time to time, but we are not realizing. That is why in Shantivan, in a huge gathering, many times Baba had given us drill of soul consciousness. By having the drill of soul consciousness, at least we can realize, oh, this is an important aspect of my Brahmin life. Experiencing that real consciousness. What? Would you like to have this experience? Huh? Then just sit. Just be active and alert. Because at this time, the goddess of Maya is moving around. Goddess of sleep, sorry. She is moving around and she is getting chance. That's why just get away from that goddess of Maya, that vibrations, and just be very active and alert. Okay? And just follow my words. Om Shanti. I visualize very clearly and You are my whole world. I visualize Baba as a son of knowledge, as an almighty authority. I am receiving unlimited shower of powers. Receiving tremendous powers from Son of Knowledge. at every second of this confluence age. Baba, I definitely reveal you in this world through my elevated states of yoga. Believe me, Baba. I am yours and you are mine. I visualize Baba as the ocean of love. I falls in love intensely with Baba. So no one can ever separate me from him. Baba, Baba, I would like to be with you only at every second. Experience supreme bliss in your company.